July 6th, 1941. Lacking the infantry to open up a breach in the Soviet lines, this week the Germans employed the 3rd and 14th Motorized Army Corps of the 1st Panzer Army to do what the foot-borne soldiers achieved 2 weeks ago. In the sector of the Soviet 5th Army, the Soviet lines scramble once again, leading to the German capture of Zhytomyr and its crucial railroad. But right south of Venitzia, the Germans face an unexpected resistance from 2 Soviet tank divisions. And while, and despite Soviet propaganda depicting this heroic stand of the Soviets against the fascist invaders, the overall situation of the Southwestern Front remains grim, and this forces the Red Army to retreat once more. Howdy folks, welcome back to the channel and welcome to the second episode of this new turn of war in the East to PBEM. And so, south of the Pripyat marshes, we have 2 types of situations. We have again the collapse of the 5th Army, and on the other hand we have the heroic resistance of 2 tank divisions that held their ground against maybe not overwhelming odds, but against, I would say, a significant amount of enemy forces. So yes, the 5th Army collapsed. I was not expecting my opponent to use his panzers to basically smash through my lines, but he actually did. I think he spotted with the reconnaissance, exactly with the recon units, my stack of 3 units per hex, and then he just went full gang-ho against my stacks of units with the stacks of his own. I see here the Viking, the 16th and the 9th Panzer divisions. Here only the 13th Panzer, here the 13th Panzer. So the canonical opening, you know, you open a breach and then you send your units, your motorized units inside the gap, and then here again the. So I think he used the 14th Motorized Army Corps because they battled here, and here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, here the 25th, 14th, and 14th. So I mean, okay, it's kind of easy to see which units took part in the fighting and which units did not. Interestingly, south of Kazatin, he employed the 296th Infantry Division, which was not repelled but scouted, so it didn't count as a victory for my defending units. Here he attacked with the 16th Motorized, here with the 11th Panzer Division, and again my Mountaineers were initially scouted, while here they were forced to retreat when the Leibstandarte joined the fray. Here, actually, yes, here they actually held. Why did he use the Slovak mobile brigade? Come on, man. I think because this unit still had plenty of CVPs, so he thought he could just rout my units, but no, he failed. And here, yes, they retreated, but here, like the 12th and the 39th tank divisions, they are, I would say, they are the veteran of the kind of the Battle of Venitzia, even though the battle was fought south of Venitzia, but the first battle was held, the second was held, the third was held, the 4th was held, and the 5th was held. Like, he attacked with the 16th Motorized and the Pioneers, okay, then again the 16th Motorized, then the 11th Panzer, the Leibstandarte Brigade, and finally the 60th Motorized Infantry Division. I mean, I think he really wanted to have a secure bridgehead over here, but he failed, and oh my god, like, the 29th will be disbanded in 7 weeks, so it's kind of a waste to see this 54 national morale and this decent amount of experience, but the 12th tank division will become a tank brigade, and now it has a staggering 58 national morale value, and the some elements are quite experienced, like the rifle squad that have an experience of 62. I mean, and the OT. What tank is that? Is it a flamethrower tank? Wow, they have an experience of 63. I mean, compared to the average standard of the Red Army, this is like freaking insane. And I know that the 12th Tank Division will become a tank brigade at some point. And yeah, I mean, 5 victories is like amazing. I absolutely love it. Which will force me now to put the 12th Tank Division in reserve. I cannot risk it anymore. And briefly, while the, say, this bulge here held and the northern flank collapsed, the southern flank is now completely exposed. So the strategy of this week is to consolidate the front line behind the Dnieper line, also to prevent my opponent from, I know it's very unlikely, but to cross the Pripyat, the Dnieper, and the Desna over here, and then encircle all the Gomel area troops over here, and yeah, establish a defensive line behind the Dnieper, and then behind the Tashlik River, and then curve behind the Yuzhny Bug over here. And also, before I forget, because I know this should not be related to this episode, but last week, in the previous one, I forgot to build air bases here in Volkov, in Budogosh, and Nebolchi. Just in case. I also want to upgrade the Tikvin air base to a level 3 air base, since I have 2 construction battalions over here, and since I am here, I want to build a depot in Staraya Russa, one in Kretchi as well, but just level 3, yes, and one in or maybe one in Bologoe, yes, level 2, and this one level 1. Yes, anyway, I will take care of the logistics at the end of the turn. That's all for this brief introduction, and now, as always, let's jump straight into the episode. Alright, folks, so just a couple of words. I know that some of you might and will criticize my decision to pull back straight to the Dnieper defensive line, and of course to exploit the Tajika, Tashik, whatever river is called, that one. Instead of, let's say, making a stand and hold my ground. The reason is simple. At the moment, I do not have enough troops to both rotate and to prevent the enemy, my opponent, from launching encirclement or pincer movements and systematically degrading the combat power of the Red Army. So I knew I had to do it, either this turn or the upcoming turn, and so, and so I said, okay, fine, you know what, screw it. This week I am pulling back behind the Dnieper. For me, so I was not expecting already this week to lose Venitzia and Zhytomyr within the same turn, because my idea was to evacuate Zhytomyr and Venitzia next week, or actually this turn, so not to lose the freight in the depots this week, but my opponent caught me off guard, and yeah, so the idea, as I said, would be to hold the Dnieper line for as long as possible, while at the same time I will try to accumulate some kind of reserve that I could shuffle around, either between the southwestern and the southern front, or between the southwestern and the western front, or I think the central front that will arrive in a couple of weeks. And concerning the fortress of Odessa, yes, it is my intention to hold it as long as I possibly can, once again to delay either the Romanians or the 11th Army from advancing into Crimea, because small spoiler, but for me the defense of Sevastopol will be crucial. I want to hold out Sevastopol until 1942. I do not want to see the German 11th Army, I don't know, being redeployed on the front line, or crossing the Kerch Strait, or doing any kind of shenanigans. So Sevastopol will be held. Sevastopol has to hold. And yeah, this was like a small spoiler. And don't worry, because we are playing, let's say, 3 to 4 turns ahead of the episodes which are being, let's say, uploaded on the channel. How will I hold Sevastopol throughout the winter? I have no idea, but I will do my my best. And besides that, there is nothing else that needs to be explained or said, because yeah, this week I'm just pulling back the leftovers of the 12th, 26th, and 6th armies away from the Venitzia bridgehead back to the Dnieper. The operation, let's say, is not very successful because I had some troops which, let's say, were left behind, and so I had to create this kind of bulge right east of Zhytomyr and south of Kiev. But besides that, the rest of the Southern Front pulled back behind the Yuzhny in a relative decent order. And yeah, that's it. That's all for this episode, folks. As always, thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for supporting the channel. I wish you all the best, and as always, stay tuned until next week.
Ах, да что за милый, ах, что за милой, да что за ласковый такой. Ах, когда бы милый, ах, когда б милой, да ко мне чаще приходил, ко мне чаще приходил, да все гостинчики носил, ко мне чаще приходил, да все гостинчики носил. Salvador.
Сидеют давно виски. Для меня вы еще не стары. Замполиты, политруки, а по-прежнему комиссары, замполиты, политруки, а по-прежнему комиссары. Ваше слово на той войне, к сердцу путь самый верный выбрав, шло с гранатами наравне со снарядами.